Ever wondered how to pick the best restaurant for a night out without stressing about bathroom access? Are you curious about how to politely slip away when nature calls, or how to get exactly what you need from a restaurant menu without all that awkwardness? Well, in this episode of Gut Fix, I've got the answers. I'll dive into real-world tips for navigating your social settings with IBD, and ranging from choosing the right restaurant to communicating your dietary needs with confidence. And whether you're attending a dinner party, enjoying a meal with your friends, or tackling the anxiety of finding a bathroom on the go, I've got the strategies to keep your social life thriving while managing IBD. So
hey there,
stay
busy
tuned.
entrepreneurs. I'm Wendy Handy, and you're tuned in to Gut Fix. It's your ultimate guide to conquering IBD, fatigue, chronic stress, and reclaiming your vitality. Get ready to unlock a treasure trove of insights from diet hacks to stress relief strategies, and dive deep into the fascinating world of how hormones affect your gut health. It's all about decoding the messages your body sends, so you can bid farewell to IBD and digestive issues for good. So, take a breather from the hustle and bustle. Let's give your gut a high five, and together, let's embark on this transformative journey. Are you ready? Let's dive into today's episode.
Back to Gut Fix, where we say goodbye to IBD naturally. I'm your host, Wendy Handy, and today we're talking about something that used to be a serious source of anxiety for me. That was social events, going out to restaurants, and everything that comes with managing IBD in public places. You know, there was a time when I would cancel dinner plans or completely ditch social events entirely because I was too embarrassed. You know, I was worried about where was the closest bathroom, or whether I'd find anything that I could safely eat on the menu. And, you know, if I couldn't find something, then having the question of, well, why aren't you eating? So if you're in that place right now, trust me, I've been there. But here's the good news. With a little bit of prep work and some clever strategies, you can navigate these situations with confidence and maybe even enjoy yourself. Yep, really. So grab your favorite snack, because you know we're all gut-friendly snacks here. So grab something low FODMAP, and let's dive into how to conquer dining out with IBD like a seasoned pro. So first of all, let's start with picking the right restaurant, because let's be honest, all restaurants and dining places, they're not created equal, right? When you have IBD, it's not just about whether the food is good and everybody's raving about it or how many ratings they have. It's about whether they've got a bathroom within sprinting distance, and whether the menu has enough and has anything and enough that you could actually eat without regretting it later. So first up, do your research. And I don't mean skimming. Yelp reviews, you know, for the best pasta in town are great, but that's just skimming and it's not going to help you in the long run. I'm talking about scoping out where the bathroom situation is. There are some amazing apps out there created by some obviously very creative people called Flush Toilet Finder or Squat or Not. And I know the names can be funny, hilarious, but these apps are actually a game changer. So, you know, pop one open before you head out, and voila, you'll know where every bathroom is within a 5-mile radius of where you are. And then, you know, you get some bonus points if it's clean, stocked with TP, and actually has soap. Trust me, it's the little things. But once you've got the bathroom logistics down, you want to move on to focusing on the menu itself. And you want to look for places that cater to people with food sensitivities, whether, you know, you're looking for gluten-free or dairy-free or low FODMAP, whatever else you need to keep your gut in check. And believe me, restaurants these days have gotten so much more used to having to deal with this kind of a thing. There's so many different, gluten-free options, dairy-free options. And the more customizable that the menu is, the better. So a restaurant that lists substitutions without you feeling like a nuisance, that one's going to be golden, trust me. And, next thing you want to think about is, don't be shy. Pick up the phone. I know it feels weird calling people now in 2024. It feels like it's old school, but it's well worth it. Ask them if they're comfortable with substitutions substitutions, and if they're familiar with gluten or dairy sensitivities. Chances are they are going to be, but just make sure that they are. And you can even ask about their bathroom situation while you're talking to them. If they sound a little like they're scrambling to answer, well, you might want to keep looking, because if they don't know what's in their food, or they don't know if they have these options, then do you really want to trust them with your meal? So, just do your research, pick up the phone. It just takes a couple of minutes. And then, location matters. I know we're all about ambiance and, what's got the best ratings. But when you have IBD, proximity to bathrooms it's a real luxury, right? And choosing restaurants that are near, malls or shopping centers or venues that have multiple bathrooms gives you a safety net in case the restaurant's bathroom is occupied or, God forbid, out of order. So let's avoid that little nightmare, shall we? And here's a pro tip. Go during quieter hours. So not during their dinner rush, right? Or their lunch rush. Not only will you avoid the chaos of that dinner or lunch rush, but you'll also generally get better service and quicker access to the bathroom. Plus, when the restaurant isn't slammed, they're more likely to handle special requests with really the care that you need them to, right? Rather than rushing through your order. And trust me, eating at 5:30 p.m. has never sounded better before everybody gets there, right? And then you want to be able to excuse yourself discreetly in those social settings. So, now that you've found your perfect restaurant, let's talk about actually surviving through the meal, because that's a whole different story. I know firsthand how stressful it can be to sit at a table and sitting there worrying about needing to jump up and rush to the bathroom at any moment. I mean, that's the anxiety of that alone can help you, can fuel a flare. But here's the thing, with a little bit of prep and a few tricks up your sleeve, you can handle this one. So first off, you want to set expectations. Before you even sit down, let your friends or your family know that you might need to make a quick exit from time to time. You don't have to go into graphic detail, unless you really want to, but something lighthearted like, hey, just a heads up, I might need to duck out for a couple of times. IBD life, that breaks the ice, and it takes some of the pressure off of you to explain to, yourself every time you have to get up. So when you're seated, the next thing is you want to make sure that you choose where you're sitting at the table and choose your spot wisely. So think of it like choosing a seat on an airplane. Do you want to be stuck in that middle seat in coach with no way out? I didn't think so. So aim for a seat near an exit, or better yet, close to the bathroom. That way you can discreetly make your move without having to be awkward or make an awkwardly squeeze past everyone at the table. And speaking of discreet moves, here's a trick. Use nonverbal cues. So if you suddenly feel that need to dash and you've got to make that sprint to the restroom, you don't have to make a big announcement. Just use a quick hand gesture or a nod or even a quick be right back. That'll do the trick. The goal here is to keep it casual. No need to make a scene or, just keep it simple, right? And then timing is everything. Plan your exit around natural conversation breaks. So when everybody's distracted, maybe they're looking at the menu, or when the waiter's taking orders and you've given yours, that might be the time that you need to jump up and go. This way, you not being there is less noticeable, but you can also slip away without it being or without it feeling like being a big deal. And then here's another smart move. Have a buddy. So if you're out with a group, find somebody that that knows your situation, kind of team up with them, and that way they can keep the conversation going while you are, while you have to get up. That way no one feels like they're left hanging when you have to step out, and you can rejoin without feeling like you've missed a beat. Plus, it's nice to have someone who's got your back, right? And then you want to communicate with the restaurant staff about your food restrictions. So, ordering with IBD can feel like you're defusing a bomb, right? One wrong move and your gut's going to explode later. But don't worry, this is where some clear communication and a little confidence come into play. So first, you want to be direct with the staff, but you want to be polite as well. So you don't need to give your entire backstory of your health history to your server, right? But don't hesitate to mention that you have dietary restrictions due to a medical condition. Keep it simple but clear. Just, things like, I can't have gluten or dairy, and I would say I need to avoid high FODMAP foods, but they probably wouldn't have a clue what that was. So, stick to whatever it is that is your trigger, right? Most servers in kitchens are used to having to accommodate for dietary needs these days. So own that one with confidence. And then next, ask specific questions. Don't be shy about asking how something is prepared or if it contains ingredients that for you will trigger a flare. Things like, is this cooked with garlic and onions? Or can I substitute olive oil for butter? You'd be surprised how often small adjustments like that can make a huge difference to your gut. And if you want to tweak a dish, go for it. Don't be afraid to make a confident request. People do this all the time. I don't know. I have several, family members and friends that have dietary needs, and they've been doing it for years. It just seems like it's a normal thing now. Whether it's swapping an ingredient, maybe it's asking for something to be grilled instead of fried. Most restaurants are happy to accommodate. And if they're not, well, you know what? Maybe you want to try somewhere else next time. If you're not sure how accommodating the kitchen's going to be, then, just keep it simple. So what I mean by that is you can opt for safe choices like just your grilled proteins, steamed vegetables. And if your gut can handle raw, then just a plain salad with oil and vinegar or something that that you can handle. It might not be the most exciting meal, but at least you'll be eating. You won't be embarrassed about not finding something on the menu. And trust me, your gut will thank you for that later. And you can still enjoy the company that you're with and have a good time and be social without worrying about what's on your plate. And last but definitely not least, you want to show some gratitude, right? So if the restaurant goes out of their way to meet your needs, be sure to thank the staff for their efforts. And, it will not only make their day, who knows? You may just have made their day with that, but you also might just become their favorite customer the next time you visit and get some special treatment, right? But also just, make sure that you thank them if they've gone above and beyond. So there you have it. With a little bit of planning, some smart strategies, managing IBD in social settings doesn't have to feel like an impossible challenge. You can enjoy dinners out, staying connected with friends, going to social events, and dare I even say, have a good time, all while keeping your gut happy. So thanks for tuning in to this episode of Gut Fix. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And hey, if you've got any funny or embarrassing bathroom stories, come on, we all do, feel free to share them with me on social media. Best place is Instagram at Coach Wendy Handy. I promise, no judgment here. And until next time, stay happy and stay healthy.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. I hope this episode provided you with some valuable insights and tips. If you learned something new, I'd truly appreciate it if you would leave me a review, subscribe, and share it with another entrepreneur that you think might find it valuable. Don't forget to shoot me a DM over on Instagram at Coach Wendy Handy. See you in the next episode, and until then, stay happy and stay healthy.